The iPhone 16 Pro has now been out for 4 months. It is an incredible, incredible device. Now, I would say that the iPhone 16 Pro is probably my most used piece of tech in my life. Like, no matter what, I use my iPhone for more things than anything else on the planet. I love my MacBook Pro. I use it every single day. I love my iPads. Maybe my AirPods would possibly be content because I listen to books all day long, audiobooks. But the iPhone 16 Pro Max is part of that whole process. And so I would say that the iPhone 16 Pro Max is my favorite device right now that Apple has made. There's a couple things I thought I was going to hate about it. They ended up not being as big of a deal as I expected, but in the long run, like, this is a great, great product, and I want to kind of talk about my favorite things about the iPhone 16 Pro Max and a couple of the things that I haven't liked so far in the 4 months so that you can make a good, well-informed buying decision. That's why this channel exists, so that you don't waste your hard-earned money, because I don't like mindless consumerism, and so this is kind of the anti-consumerism tech channel, which is kind of ridiculous. All right, so first I want to talk about the color of this device. The black titanium is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Now, I do keep a case on my phone like 99% of the time, but I think the black titanium is one of the cooler looks. Now, if you want to see some of the other colors that you can get, the desert titanium is a pretty gorgeous color, right? The natural titanium, that was my favorite titanium last year, was the desert, or I'm sorry, the natural titanium. And then you have the white, which is kind of boring to me, but man, just that black look is just so incredibly cool on this device because it's kind of like a matte black. I really, really love the color. Now, that doesn't exactly matter because I keep my phone in a case like a Pataka case. It's just really thin and light. But there is one thing I have to say about this iPhone, and it is the fact that I have dropped this thing multiple times and the screen has not yet cracked. Other iPhones in my life, I had cracked them so much faster, and yet this one, it is still going strong without any cracks in the screen. And so I am very, very impressed with how well the screen holds up on this. And so if you're one of those people that likes to go without a case on your phone, you might actually not have that hard of a time keeping this without having a bunch of cracks. I have had times where I've cracked my screens and my thumbs kind of get like bloody and numb after a while because I just don't want to replace it. But that's not been a problem so far. Next, let's talk about the thinness of this device. It is a very, very, very thin phone, which is awesome because I don't like having a ton of stuff in my pockets. But yeah, man, just a gorgeous phone. Doesn't bend at all, which is really nice. You know, some Apple products in the past have had issues with bending. This one does not have any issues with bending at all. And you might think with how thin this guy is that the battery life would be garbage. And the fact of the matter is the battery life on this thing is probably the single best thing about the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I mean, just absolutely out of this world wild battery life. Like, I have never experienced a device where I am a charge your device every single night, no matter what guy. And for the first time in my life, I've just kind of not really cared about charging it every night because I know it will last at least into halfway of the next day. And so just topping it off in my car on the way, it's totally fine. It's crazy, guys. If you are like, your primary buying thing is battery life, man, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is wild. Hey, quick thanks to today's sponsor, Smart Devil. They have come out with a very easy to apply screen protector that you put on your phones. It is easy as it gets. Now, these screen protectors, they're dust-free, scratch-resistant, and they're going to keep your phone from shattering when you drop it. But the coolest thing that I know about this is how easy it is to install, so let's look at that. Then all you have to do is you take your phone, you put it in with the camera side up, you fold the top over, put your hand on it, pull this out, and you have a perfectly applied screen protector. And so now my phone, if I drop it, it's not going to shatter, it's not going to scratch, it's not getting fingerprints, all that. It is a great product. I mean, seriously, watch this. Look, absolutely nothing. Go ahead and find a link in the description to get your Smart Devil screen protector. Thank you again, Smart Devil, for sponsoring today's video. Let's jump back into it. Now, I have liked the cameras a lot on this, but there's a ton of videos on the camera, so I'm not going to do a camera comparison, all that. Just know they are really good. I love the 0.5 camera, and the fact that it got a megapixel bump is really helpful for me because that's pretty much the only one I like to use. So next, I want to get into some of the things I haven't really liked about this iPhone. I thought the size was going to be a big deal for me. And it hasn't been a big deal, but I still really wish that they had a smaller size. I mean, I loved the iPhone mini. It was an amazing phone. Bring it back, Apple. I do have a theory that they've gotten rid of a lot of their mini devices because they're preparing themselves for introducing all of their folding line. I do think that's right around the corner for Apple. We will see. And so the size is not as big of a deal as I thought it would be. I just really would have liked a smaller phone. The other thing I just have not liked at all is the camera shutter button. I told you in my video, what was it, 1 month update video, I have used it a few times, but not regularly enough to make it a reason to upgrade for anybody. Like I could get the exact same functionality out of the camera shutter button. Sorry, the light was blocked off. From the camera shutter button as that other button that they put on to launch the camera as well. So I know that they're thinking like, man, people just really want their iPhones to be as quick as you can get to the camera. But for me, it is just, that's the easiest way. And so that's the way that I'm always going to do it. That's probably the way that a lot of people are always going to do it. It's hard to kind of unlearn the things that you've learned about your phone. And the other thing that I haven't really liked about this phone is just the fact that Apple had made such a massive deal out of Apple Intelligence. In fact, I had a comment on my channel a day ago that was like, well, what about Apple Intelligence? Tell us about it. I was like, look, I'll tell you about it. It sucks. Like, what's the point? It's not good. At least it's not good yet. I don't know that it's ever going to be good. I think I'm becoming more and more anti-AI as time goes on, which I'm probably just an old curmudgeon, but like, I don't care about Apple Intelligence being on this. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's going to be a little bit helpful. I also really like analog, so I like writing stuff down in notebooks a lot. So maybe I'm just getting too old for this tech game, but don't buy this phone if you're like, man, I just really, really want Apple Intelligence. It's just not there. It's not as cool as they make it seem. I mean, there's only so many times you want to type into your little dumb phone like a squirrel riding a jet ski, something like that. You know what I mean? And then the only other thing I didn't like about this phone really is the fact that it is $1,200 to start off. I mean, look at that price tag. $1,200 start off. So say you get that, get the black titanium. Oh, maybe you have a lot of pictures and you want to go up to the 512. You don't have a trade-in. Okay, it's now $1,400 for a cell phone. I get it. It's a computer in your pocket. It's got more computing power than what was in, rocket ships 20, 30 years ago. But it's still just a phone. And you would think as time has gone on, they'd be able to bring that price down a little bit. I understand inflation. I'm not stupid, okay? But that price for this is a lot. And there's other companies, granted they're not Apple, and so you have to be on the Android ecosystem, all of that, that have come out with some phones that are really, really impressive for like a quarter of the price. And so I think it's just at that price point, $1,400, man, it's kind of outrageous. And so my recommendation to people, if you really, really need battery life, then yes, the 16 Pro, they're going to be incredible for you. If battery life is not your main concern, you still want that 120 hertz display because the display on these phones are beautiful, maybe go with the 15 Pro. And I know a lot of people have had problems with their 15 Pro, but I have not had any problem with overheating, battery life issues, none of that. My 15 Pro works incredibly well. And so if you want to see that video talking about the overheating of the 15 Pro, go ahead and click this video right here and check it out. I love you guys. Like this video, you found it helpful, sub to the channel. I'll see you all in the next one.